Good evening, my friends. Welcome to another news segment. Let me fix this camera and just lighting's not the best, so it's not gonna look very good here. But yeah, I decided to do another segment in case y'all would like tune in. Yeah, there's a few topics that I would like to talk about. I don't know how long I'll be here, but um, yeah. Welcome in, Ronnie. And Ronnie is the first guy to be around here. We're going to cover Hurricane or Tropical Storm Beryl. Who knows what it'll be considered? I'm just going to call it Hurricane Beryl. Thank you, Ronnie. Um, what else are we to cover? Oh, there's a deadly strike from Russia on Ukraine, which we're also going to cover. Oh, we have a bomber here as well. Do not worry, guys. I'm just selecting topics. And then we have an update from Argentina. And I'll get back to the comments real quick. I'm just, you know, trying to get everything set up. I guess this is the topics that we've got. So let's switch over then to the desktop. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the most hot topic, especially here in Texas, Hurricane Beryl. Of course, we got a report from AccuWeather. Beryl tracking north of Houston as tropical storm will race across the U.S. this week. It looks like it's already in Louisiana and potentially Arkansas as well. Let's see what we've got so far. Beryl will continue to bring damaging winds, storm surge flooding, inland flooding from rain, damaging wind gusts, and even tornadoes to parts of the south central United States into Tuesday. By the way, guys, if you are here, let me pull this up. Yeah, um, it could also be another Q&A if you'd like. Um, but I'll try my best, to switch through the comments and back. But, you know, we're gonna try, um, we're gonna see what happens, and if you leave some comments, I'll get back to that as well. Okay, so key takeaway so far, Beryl re-strengthened into hurricane status late Sunday night and made landfall near Matagorda, Texas, around 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Back to tropical storm at 10 a.m. It'll continue to bring damaging winds, storm surge flooding, inland flooding from rain, damaging wind gusts, and even tornadoes to South Central America for Tuesday. Beryl's effects will be felt far beyond the Lone Star State, as the storm will race northeast and through the west, and then, or north and east through the Midwest, and then the Northeast, bringing heavy rain and risks for tornadoes. The second tropical system to affect Texas, and the first to make a U.S. landfall this season, Beryl made landfall near Matagorda, Texas, at around 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This storm was turning over the Gulf of Mexico about 150 miles to the east of South Texas of a Sunday afternoon and began to reorganize after losing wind intensity over Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula late last night. Switch, see if we have anyone else here. Beryl was strengthened into a hurricane. Okay. And as the storm continues to press on over land, rain bands can bring flooding downpours and tornadoes to eastern Texas. It'll be slow to unwind initially as it made landfall as it was spread. During Monday morning and midday, Veryl's eye wall cast close to Houston with torrential rain and hurricane force winds, creating dangerous conditions. One of the deadliest aspects of a tropical storm is storm surge, which can and is suspected with Beryl to impact areas of hundreds of miles away from the point of landfall. Storm surge will continue to lead to inundation along the upper portion of Texas's coast, as well as Louisiana's western coast this night. Basically, here is a map. Here are a few maps of the trajectory that Hurricane Beryl has. You can see right here we have Victoria, which is in the black zone, oddly enough, as well as Houston, touching it slightly. Galveston also near it. Um, yeah, many cities and towns such as Corpus Christi, Port Lavaca, Rockport, and Palacios and Matagorda have been hit with the hurricane. And yeah, it looks like it's on its way to the west coast of Louisiana. Yeah, it looks like it could hit Arkansas as well, and Mississippi and Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma. So, yeah, now we go to Barrel's iPath through Monday. So this is where it is right now. And in 2 hours, this is where, right here, the higher one, that's where it's expected to hit next. Kind of close to Lufkin. Mm-mm. Close to Lufkin and Nacogdoches. And we could see as it winds down into lower categories, it'll wipe out diagonally through Arkansas and Louisiana, and then northwest and south, or northwest Tennessee and southeast Missouri, and along these edges of in Illinois and West Virginia and Indiana, and then trek through Ohio and then Michigan, and by Thursday, it looks like it's going to end the significant part will end. Storm surge as we this whole coast, extending from the southern eastern part of Texas right here, well, central-ish, to south central Louisiana, beach hazards. Anyone who's along the coastlines, even as down as Mexico and Florida, all Florida, uh, yeah, I would not go to the coast, beach if I were you. Wind gusts, as we could see here, Shreveport, Victoria, and Austin, and even Dallas have wind gusts of around 40 to 60 miles per hour. Really, most of the winds going Houston, College Station, potentially Lufkin. Yeah, 60 to 80 miles per hour wind gusts. Power outages. 2 million people in Houston have lost power, or 2 million people in Texas have lost power, it looks like. For the moment. San Antonio, perhaps, and Austin. That was San Antonio's kind of like not really that much. But we could see this area, uh, from south central Corpus to northeastern Texas. The few power outages localized, and those are probably not going to be too much an issue. And then we look into places like College Station, perhaps, um, Austin, and maybe San Antonio, depending on where they're located. They're in the orange zone, which is a regional problem. And then, of course, Houston, Victoria, Port Lavaca, Matagorda County, and anywhere surrounding those areas, you're probably more than likely going to get an outage through Monday night. And yeah, meteorologists are warning that rainfall tallying up to the local StormX from AccuWeather of 24 inches can fall over a span of less than a day across eastern Texas into Monday and Monday night. So far, it is not raining. But here's the map: 8 to 12 inches of rain for, the main areas, which is Matagorda, maybe Port Lavaca, I'm sure Bay City, Houston, College Station, all those neighboring communities will see significant rain. And then, of course, Louisiana won't see that much rain as that area, but still copious amounts of rain, 4 to 8 inches. And then that extends all the way to northwestern Louisiana, or Indiana, sorry. And then going into Indiana and Ohio, Michigan, and Canada, New York as well, you won't see that much rain. And the tornado risks covers Houston, Huntsville, Lufkin, and all these cities that you see here, and one small part of Oklahoma and Mississippi. And here's the forecast for Barrel's impacts. Of course, we've got Houston. Houston might be the most impacted for all that I know. And then you have not too much impacts in Little Rock, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Detroit, Buffalo, and Ottawa. Um, it's actually going to go through Canada, go into Canada, but not, at the scale that it was when in Texas. Fortunately, nothing catastrophic, but definitely something to behold. All right, and severe thunderstorms for Tuesday and Tuesday night. They're mainly in, looks like Indiana and Missouri, I believe. flooding risks. It's mainly eastern Houston or eastern Texas, um, western Louisiana, and southeastern corner of Arkansas, or sorry, Oklahoma, and one quarter of Arkansas. Yep. Yeah, that's all I've got for this topic. And we're gonna head on to politics. No sports today. Russia launches massive attack on Ukraine with ballistic and cruise missiles. Consequences so far. On July 8th, troops launched a massive combined attack on Ukraine using various missiles, targeting civilian infrastructure such as a children's hospital in Kiev, I think, where multiple fires have been reported. According to monitoring networks and the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Russians are using a wide range of weapons. Among those are Tu-95 bombers, ballistic missiles, and Kinjal and Kadivar missiles. First of these explosions were reported in Kryvyi Rih. Ukraine's Air Force have warned of a threat, such a threat, of a ballistic missile. So the work of the air defense forces is known in Kiev and the region. An announcement was played by the Kiev Regional Military Administration. So far, during the Russian strikes, people hide in the subway and the crosswalks. Kilchko said that the medics were called to the Solomiansky district. In that district, an office building was damaged. In the Holosipsky district, debris fell near a residential building. In Dnipropsky, debris burns in a residential building. Then a private house in Darntipsky district, and one house on fire in the Desnyansky district. 3 people injured, one of them hospitalized, 2 treated on the spot, 1 person was killed, 11 injured in Kiev, and 7 killed. Alright, let's see if we got anyone here. Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna check some things, and okay. Here are some pictures of the damage that's been done here. And here's the children's hospital that was damaged, I think. Right here. Russian nuclear bomber hijacking attempts thwarted by FSB. Okay, basically somebody prevented a Russian from participating as a pilot with Ukraine. Ukraine's special services promised the Russian pilot Italian citizenship and money if he fled. The NATO code for the jet is backfire. Uses aerial bombs and guided missiles to destroy sea and ground targets. The bomber jets frequently used according to Kiev's forces to attack Ukraine amid this war. And as we could see here, we have the video of such a missile here. For jet, this is what it looks like. Can't show it too long due to copyrights. And we go on to the next topic, which is it's time for it to end. Biden writes letter to Democrats about his participation in election. Biden has been criticized quite frequently due to his performance in the debate where he stood up against Donald Trump. Most of them cited his rebuttals failures to attack the truths of Donald Trump, or lies, as they say. Biden will stay in the race for 2024, thus attempting to quell a rebellion against his campaign. He wrote a letter saying, I am firmly committed to staying in this race, to running this race again, and beating Donald Trump. The question of how to move forward has been well there for over a week now. And now it's time to win. And of course, we have Adam in the chat. Oh, um, just a moment. Okay, I just had to close the door here. Oh boy. If y'all don't know, let me get to this. You might hear the intro for a little bit. Okay, so that intro was in English by default. Let's get right into news. Yeah, funny you say that, Adam. There was a few news trucks in our city. Unfortunately, we weren't able to catch them. So, uh, probably missed opportunity to be in the news, but honestly, our safety is first, as always. Yeah, my city was in the news here in what's it called? In Houston's local news in Corpus Christi, which is 1 hour south of us. And yeah, Hurricane Beryl is no joke. It actually it took off some of the roofs from a few buildings in this place called Seadrift, which is, I believe, 15 miles away from us, or 10 miles or something. But yeah, a lot of people in Houston are not getting much uh, uh, of a slack. Well, really, Eastern Texans have been left without power. 2.7 million households or people or something have no power. And yeah, see, we were fortunate enough that tropical storm or hurricane Daryl has not hit us in the way that it hit Houston in the mouth. Whew, by the way, guys, if you'd like to hear Adam, which is, of course, Team SOS, at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time, he's going to do a movie reaction. I'm not sure how the heck he'll be able to evade copyright stuff, but he's gonna try it. He's gonna react to a movie, and if you want the link to the movie, Um, he can provide it over at the stream. It's a movie reaction to um what was it called again? Oh yeah, Passion of Christ. I have never watched Passion of Christ, and yeah, I could watch it if actually Adam claims that he's going to watch the the movie and show it to the public with a watermark. But hopefully it doesn't get taken down. Hopefully it doesn't lead to any legal repercussions. Hope hopefully he's safe. That's all I have to say. Anyways, how are you doing, Adam, if you're still here? Meanwhile, I will get back to the and I'll switch back and forth between this and the comments. Um, Last thing for the news, we've got Brazil's president. The last seen decision by Argentine counterpart to skip trade meetings. So, in case you didn't know, Argentina's president Javier Milei has been, you know, criticizing Brazil's president Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, who demanded an apology, which Milei has decided to refuse. Argentina's president has decided to skip the Mercosur meeting, which is basically a group of South American uh, countries, probably a total of four or something. I'm not sure. But they include Uruguay and Argentina for now. And they also include Venezuela and Brazil. Instead, Milei decided to visit former President Jair Bolsonaro. Milei has decided to skip these meetings on Monday in Paraguay for Mercosur. The leftist Lula narrowly defeated Bolsonaro in 2022, and Brazil's president has not yet met in person with Milei since he took office in December. It's immense nonsense to consider for a president of a country as important as Argentina to not meet with Mercosur, and it's sad. That is all he has, and yeah, all right. I'm just checking. Here's a sneak peek at Instagram as well. Okay, that's enough. Let's do a little bit of a slideshow. We're gonna do a little bit of a quiz here. If anybody decides to join, I'll I'll let you know. I'm gonna be right back. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Ready to do a little bit of a quiz, which concerns the NHL. All right. we're gonna try uh this quiz this way. At first, then, if this becomes successful, it could evolve. All right, so number one, and Adam already has the answer. Which NHL team does this logo belong to? A. San Jose Sharks. B. Seattle Kraken. C. Utah. Or D. Vancouver Canucks. And the answer to that, of course, if you pay attention to logos, everyone else, it's not just, doesn't necessarily cover primary logos only. It also covers secondary logos and stuff to everyone else who is deciding to partake in this quiz. But I'm glad to inform you that it is a San Jose Sharks. Adams got it. Okay, number two. Which NHL team does this belong to? Is it A, Chicago Blackhawks, B, Buffalo Sabres, C, Nashville Predators, D, Atlanta Thrashers? No, it is Thrashers. Sorry, Thrashers. For some reason, I mispronounced it when I was like 9 as Trashers. Probably because of the trash. Yep. And Adam has the answer. And welcome in, Dominic. Thank you for joining in. And you also say Buffalo Sabres. You know what? You know what I think, guys? I think that you two are correct. It is Buffalo Sabres. So if we look back at the first one, we could see this is the shark fin logo that was in use for like, I want to say they've introduced it in like 2022 or something, or maybe this past season. But either way, they use it for their third jersey or alternate jersey, depending on what you say. But this is the 2006 Buffalo Sabres logo, which was heavily, heavily reviled and not well received. And thus, in 2010, they decided to change to an iteration of their original logo with navy blue and gold. But it is B, Buffalo Sabres. Fun fact, this is known as the Buffa Slug. Alright, question 3. Which NHL team does this logo belong to? Is it A, Montreal Canadiens, B, Hartford Whalers, C, Ottawa Senators, or D, Kansas City Scouts? These are all real NHL teams that have existed at one point. I'll let y'all have a shot at it. It's possible that one of y'all have insight into this that y'all may have seen already. It's a pretty old logo. I will say that much. B. Hartford Whalers, Adam says. How about Dominic, if he's still here? I'll give him 30 seconds to answer. Okay, there he is. It is B. Hartford Whalers. It is. And fun fact, this team used to be the Hartford Whalers until 1996 or 97, one of those years. And then it changed to the Carolina Hurricanes. And of course, they still have the old horn, but okay, Dominic, you are correct. All right, here we go. Which NHL team does this logo belong to? A. Anaheim Ducks, B. Carolina Hurricanes, C. New York Americans, or D. California Golden Seals. Another old-timey logo. While y'all answer, I'm gonna see when this logo was introduced. The other one, sorry. Hartford Whalers. The Hartford Whalers were founded in 1972, and then in 1979 they joined the NHL and became the Hartford Whalers. And then in 1997 they relocated to Carolina. All right. Yeah, Adam says D, and let's see. Ooh, Dominic says no. B, Carolina Hurricanes. Well, let's see. The answer is D, California Golden Seals. Adam has it correct. I'll show you the Hurricanes in a moment. We look at the Hurricanes. That's not the Hurricanes that I'm looking for in this case. This is the Hurricanes right there. But either way, California Golden Seals. They're an old team from the 70s. Let's see when they were founded. All right. They were founded in 1967 and they competed in San Francisco. Well, really, Oakland. They were actually they were founded in 1961 as the San Francisco Seals. And then in 1966 they became the California Seals. 1967, for a short time, they were known as the California Seals when they were relocated to the NHL. Or not relocated, but, well, I guess relocated. And then in Oakland, they were known as the Oakland Seals in 1967 through 1970. And in 1970, the Bay Area Seals. And then again in 1970, the California Golden Seals was their name. From 1976, they were known as that, and then 1976 and until 1978, they played in no, not California. They were known as the Cleveland Barons. from Cleveland, Ohio. But it is the California Golden Seals. All right, here is the last one. This one should be an easy one. Is it A, the Ducks, B, Bruins, Seattle Kraken, or the Dallas Stars? It's a pretty, you know, what do you call it? A very recent logo. So I imagine that it would be pretty easy to figure out, but I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Black and yellow, says the Adam team. So I said in. Yeah, black and yellow, black and gold, Bruins, whatever. Bruins! I walk into the Bees game, all I see is black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So Adam goes with the Bruins. And I'm sure Dominic has his answer already, and it is drumroll. This is the last question, guys. Let's see. I'm just gonna reveal it now. See if Dominic has an answer. Well, let's reveal it. The answer is Boston Bruins. This was in use from 1995 until 2006 when the NHL switched from CCM jerseys and Koho jerseys to Reebok jerseys. Although the first Reebok jerseys were built the same way as the CCM and Koho jerseys from the early 2000s, and then in 2007 they completely altered their template. But anyways, the Bruins, if I'm not mistaken, the Bruins simply ditched this logo 1 year after. Uh, no, not 1 year after. 1 year before they introduced the new template for Reebok's NHL jerseys. But that is it. So, in case you missed it, number one was the Sharks. It's their alternate logo. Two is the '06 Sabres logo. Three is the Hartford Whalers logo from the 70s. Four, of course, was the California Golden Seals, an old timey logo that may have been in use since 1970, but is no longer found. And in number five, we have the 1995 Boston Bruins Pooh Bear logo, as in Winnie the Pooh. So, that is it for the quiz. All right. The rest of this can be a bit of a Q&A session if you so wish to be. Well, I guess everyone is left. Let me check my stuff. Oh, somebody announced something here. Okay, never mind. I'm just checking some stuff here. Yeah. If y'all want to know how Hurricane Beryl has been, uh, we've actually handled it pretty well. Nothing much to report here. Of course, a few plants have gone, and some buildings sustained some form of damage, but other than that, nothing catastrophic for this moment. And tune in to Team SOS as he will partake on the quest known as the Passion of Christ. Passion of the Christ, which shows you an insight to what Jesus has done and what everyone back in those days have also done. I've never watched it, but I could be in for a treat. For those of y'all who've watched it, let me know how this movie is for y'all. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.